Hello and welcome to College Composition. My name is Steve Edgehouse, and I will be your writing professor for the next 16 or so weeks for the foreseeable future. I am no stranger to classes like this. I'm actually celebrating the 20th anniversary of the very first college class that I taught this semester. So I've really never done anything else except be an English professor. I really love my job, and I'm always this time of year very anxious to sort of get back to work and get into the swing of things. And so what this screencast is going to be is an introduction to our first week's materials and some general discussion about what to expect out of the course itself. Right up top, though, within the first minute of me talking to you, I want you to know that if you ever have any questions, I'm always an email away. You can send me any questions about anything that's on your mind. All right, so take your time. If you want to take breaks watching this, you're more than welcome to. But I'm not going to make a lot of screencasts. But when I do, it's going to be my expectation that you watch them and absorb them before you send me any emails or ask me any questions. I try to be as comprehensive as possible. So you're going to get an agenda like this pretty much every single week this semester, and don't let them overwhelm you. If I put it in pink, it means I'm not serious. Don't let these agendas sort of overwhelm you, especially early on in the semester. You'll get the swing of things. I get a lot of very positive feedback from my students at the end of the semester about these agendas and how I'm able to sort of update them and adapt them to your needs as students, my needs as an instructor. Okay, so please make your way through them. They're itemized lists, usually with lots of links within them for you to click around. This is an online class. I'm assuming you know your way around online learning at least a little bit. Okay, so I've tried to make a lot of this stuff that I'm going to make you read kind of speak for itself, so I don't have to sort of guide you through them. So this is just a Medium post that I made that is about, right there it is, the basics of this class, this college class that we're about to embark on. Okay, so again, you can read these on your own. One important one is that there are, last count, 124 of you, and by my last count, there's one of me. And so I do pride myself on grading quickly, but there is just only so many hours in the day. I have two young children, and so I work as diligently and as hard as I can. I ask for your patience, at least early on, while I'm managing what my colleagues consider to be a crazy workload. So go ahead and read that. Let me know if you have any questions. There's a link to our course syllabus as well, the more formalized, Stark State syllabus. It's a little more legalese. I will try that later. Thank you very much. So make your way through. You can see all the different requirements, what each graded assignment is going to be worth in terms of your overall final grade. But again, all this information is available at other outlets as well. But you want the more like legalistic syllabus. There it is. Okay, you're not all high school students. You're mostly high school students. And I've done this a bunch of times. So if you're not a high school student, you're still going to get a lot. You're going to get the same experience. I don't change it all for that. For any reason. But make sure you get into Blackboard and read the expectation stuff. I think it'll just save us both a lot of time in terms of what you can expect out of this class. Don't go into this class thinking you're going to get 100%. That just doesn't happen. I realize that happens a lot in other settings. All right, so there's another screencast of my guide to writing that I'm going to hopefully update, but if not, there's an older one that will do just fine. We have our course calendar. I already have it up and ready here. So I'm going to try my hardest, and 99% of the time I don't change due dates because I want to be reliable to you, and I want you to be, sort of reliant on me for consistency. So I think I've got all the dates right. I'm kind of bad when it comes to calendars. I'm very much a right-brained sort of person, as we'll see. But most of the time, these dates are correct. But you can see all the way through the end of the semester, December 10th, is when your last assignments are due. And there's also hyperlinks to every weekly agenda available over here on the left panel, left column. Agendas don't become like official until I send them to you through a Blackboard announcement. So I do reserve the right to continue to tweak and refine assignments as I go along. You're more than welcome to look ahead, but if it looks incomplete, that's by design, because I like to, like I say, react and adapt a little bit to where you all are as learners and writers. So, but once you're watching week one is official, more or less. What else? You'll create a Google Drive folder with me. This used to be a very big pain years ago. I've been using Google Drive for, I don't know, at least 6 years, 7 years, as like a required component of the course. And it used to take up a lot of my time to describe how to set it up and how to share with me. And now you all have lapped me, students have lapped me in my sort of knowledge base of what Google is capable of. So anyway, you're going to create a folder and share it with me. It's a very easy. I'm not even going to click on it. The instructions are fairly self-evident. I'll just show you this personal introductions. It should be blank now. But I don't know if you've taken any online classes yet. I'll be learning that soon enough. But despite it being a very sterile sort of environment most of the time, I still try to collect or encourage a sort of the technical term is warmth. Online warmth is an important issue for humanities, liberal arts types classes like college comp. So it's important that we get to know each other. I need to start putting 120 names to 120 faces. So you'll make a little personal introduction to me and to your classmates. So make sure that you're sharing it correctly. If you use your Stark State Gmail, it gets a little wonky, nothing that we can't figure out together. But be creative with this. This is pretty much the entire theme of my courses. Creativity is encouraged, but not required. I really like getting you to think creatively, getting you to think in non-traditional ways. And let's start that now. There's no better time to begin than the present. Okay, so your presentation will be a total of 10 pictures and bits of trivia about you. I don't care what the pictures are. They don't have to be necessarily like all of you. If you've got pets, I want to see those too. Let's see. The Essay 1 assignment. Now, this is just like sort of a warm-up week. I don't have you overdo it too much with this first week, but we are going to be jumping into. I must have it open somewhere else here. Yes, I do. All right. We are going to be jumping into our first essay in earnest next week, and we're only going to spend next week on it because it's a 500-word, 2-page essay. It's not meant to sort of overwhelm you. It's going to be on a place you call home, okay? And I'll have a lot more sort of straightforward teaching material about that assignment, soon enough. It doesn't have to be this week, but if you want to skim the assignment and maybe work ahead a little bit, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so the assignment itself should hopefully answer a lot of your questions. Okay, we do have a textbook. Do I have it around? Yes, I do. All right, hopefully you have this edition right here, The Composition of Everyday Life, the concise 6th edition. I know some high schools are still working with the 5th. That's fine. Page numbers might not look right, but chapter titles have not changed from the 5th to the 6th edition, or at least the ones that I'm assigning. Okay, so make sure you're getting started on inventing ideas and developing voice. Those are two very important ideas. Skills, I guess, practices. So, all right, we're 8 minutes in. If you want to take a break, click on another tab, take a breather, go right ahead. I'll be waiting for you. All right, so let's see. We're going to be working with APA. I don't expect any of you to be APA experts yet. I know a lot of high school curriculum still does MLA. That's just not where higher education is at anymore. I started off in my college career writing exclusively in MLA and into my professional scholarly career, and now I've had to undergo the switch as well, and I publish exclusively in APA now. So I won't say exclusively, but a lot of my publications are in APA. So that's just where the field is at. Whatever your major or intended major is, you're going to be dealing with APA with like very narrow, very specific and tiny exceptions. All right, so just come to grips with it. Blackboard. I don't even think am I logged into Blackboard? No. All right. Well, we have a Blackboard. I know you had to do the orientation to, enroll in this class. But here's, I try to put everything here too. But I'm much more of a Google Docs sort of person. So you will do a couple of discussion forum posts. You will take the digital library quiz in Blackboard. But Blackboard is more like an announcement tool for me, and I do use it in some other ways, but I do find Google Docs to be nicely reliable. All right, I have a guide to writing that I've spent some time revising here. Let's see. So keeping your audience in mind as you write is one of the more important aspects of your writing career. Now, the word "you" is absolutely not to appear in anything that you write for me. We'll see if that gets see if that sticks or not. So anyway, read my brief guide to writing. I get Medium does a good job of sort of spitting out statistics back at me about how many people have watched this. Just like I get analytics in terms of like how many people watch my screencasts. Some like I've taught College Credit Plus. I've taught online for a very long time. Do I have my certification here? Yes, I do. All right, there we go. I taught at Bowling Green State University for a lot of years, and I taught their first online writing class. So I have online, they used to call it blended learning. Let's see that? June 2009. How old were most of you then? So I've been teaching online for a long time. And so as a result, I expect, how do I want to put this? If you watch my screencasts, I'll make a lot of them. And if you don't, I won't. I've seen lots of classes really just dive into me and my content, my IP, and not only survive but thrive and achieve good things. I've also seen, I've had classes where nobody watches my screencasts, and I spend a lot of time making them, and still people persist and do good things. They distinguish themselves. So I don't know what kind of a class you are yet. This might be one of the very few screencasts I make for you, or this might be just the beginning of a very involved, sort of digital relationship. All right, a couple minutes left. I want to talk about reader response 2. This is your one formal piece of writing that is due by Tuesday morning. My due dates are Tuesday mornings. That makes the most sense for my schedule and hopefully for yours. So I'll get into the assignment here in a second, but you can take something off of this list. I've tried to collect all of the video essays channels that I particularly enjoy. Hot Ones or First We Feast, that's not so much a video essay, but I still think it's written and it's got a demonstration of thought that is worth maybe considering. But the rest of them are all straightforward, like video essays that have clear points of view, and they have main ideas, they have agendas, they have goals and purposes. So you want to watch a video essay, I totally ride for any of these. I think they'll have some. They have some commentary, and they also have some like meta commentary. You also have like some down here subtextual commentary. And then I also just collect like some of the stuff I've been reading lately, and that I think that you may find interesting, or that will jumpstart your emergence as a critical thinker, as a critical reader, and then eventually as a critical writer. Okay, so this is not an exhaustive list. I'm not going to click through all of these. I have never spelled the word restaurant correctly once in my life. There we go. Editing in action. All right, so find something on this list to watch or to read, or find something on your own, okay? But you just have to send me a link and get sort of my just quick, like, looks good to me, or you can do better response. All right, so if you want to respond to something that's not on this list, this is a pretty big list, but if you want to find something else, just send me the link to it. Okay, 2 minutes left here, the reader response assignment. I've really made it text heavy in the hopes that, I already have it open. I did all this prep work and I'm not using it. All right, so a text is anything that conveys a set of meanings, more or less. I like to go from the very sort of English major, English professor, very humanitarian approach to understanding what a text is. Okay, usually when we think of text, we think of language-based. And no, they're not the text that you send your bae or whatever. They can be linguistically based, of course, textbook readings and articles. You know what writing looks like, I would hope, if you're in a college writing class. But they can also be visually based, like video essays, or explainers, or people vlogging or tutorials. They can be movies, TV shows. Visually oriented content material. So this assignment has really 2 parts. One's easy and one's less easy. So the easy part is you provide the context of the text that you're reacting to. Okay, who made it, where you found it, how you found it, when it was published, those sorts of things. Then you want to very briefly summarize what the text is, main ideas and goals. Boom, boom. This should be the short part. This should be the easy part. The less easy part is making all of these connections. Now, you don't have to make every single one of these connections. If you write a sentence or 2 about each, this assignment's going to be very easy. You're going to hit that 500 word minimum with no problem. So text to self, text to text, text to world, and text to practice. So you can sort of look inward. You can also look outward, in terms of like personal connections versus like societal ones or observational ones. I think that, yeah, I'm really trying to, Simon, this is a new one for me, and I'm curious to see how you all do it. There are plenty of paths to success with this very first reader response assignment, just like there are many paths to success in college composition. So again, it's going to be really nice to get to know all of you and to see your writing. I want your emails if you have any questions, and I hope this first week is off to a great start for you.